Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we got a hot one for you. We got some hybrid stuff using some newer teams. I spent a lot of time in chat trying to figure out how this stuff works. It had me fooled at first, but it looks like these might be some good ones. Remember, if you want to catch that stuff live, you can find me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Twitch, 9 to noon Central. Links will be down in the description. While you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe for more of these videos. We grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Team number 1 is a Shadowlands. We were talking about this as being a counter to one of the later teams, and we don't think it'll work. At this level for the wars that Varelik is in, that's whose defense we're going over, by the way, Shadowlands is probably not going to be that effective as an offensive team. I do like them as an offensive team, especially if they're built up bigger. It was a luxury team to start with, and it's a little outdated now, so throwing it in as a filler defense team is fine. I don't think it's really stopping anything. It does need to be kind of controlled by the player, so as a defensive team, it doesn't work all that great. ISO placement, all this stuff is pretty good, except we do want what's her face in the red. We want her to be center, putting stealth on the rest of the team. So let's get that placement change in there. I'm going to go B+ just because I don't really like this team on defense, and the placement change is an easy one to fix. Team number 2, here is the team that got us real excited. It's a Gamma Underworld with Weaver on it. And what's happening here, let me explain how this plays out. Red Hulk, if I can figure out where my cameras are, Red Hulk is going to rewind turn meter a little bit on some of the opposing team, giving Taskmaster with his new update enough time to blind the opposing team, then giving Weaver the cover she needs to take her first turn and get those 3 charges on. And after that, the only people that's going to be hitting this team is the Asgardian team with their huge increase to accuracy, and we're not sure if they're going to be able to get in and do the damage they need to do because they're so slow on the uptake. It'll matter if Thor can get those charges and passively destroy this team. So we're not sure how it's going to play out, but there's not a lot of stuff that we think is going to be able to get in there and ability block Weaver in time before she does her 100% drop in accuracy maneuver. We're calling that a blind maneuver, even though it's not technically blinds. So what I'm trying to say is this team could really wreck nerds, and chat really likes it. Athame especially went over this with us. Thank you to Athame for helping me figure this out. What I don't like about this is Red Hulk is a striker. In fact, there's too many strikers on this team. Now, I'm certain that Varelik has already built up Red Hulk since then. This was just a fresh pick to show me what he was going to do with it. Red Hulk is going to be built up bigger, but Red Hulk as a striker is a no-no. We like Red Hulk as a raider. He does lots of multi-hits, lots of opportunities to crit. We want Taskmaster as a striker on this team. Usually he's going to be a skirmisher on his Underworld Merc teams. And then on this team, we want to put Spider Weaver as a fortifier, giving her plenty of time to take that first turn. And then once that's off, she'll probably be able to build up some more barrier and get healed up by other people. Oh, we don't have any healers on this one, do we? Okay, well, that's okay. Hulk as a striker is fine. We like Hulk as a striker. And She-Hulk as a skirmisher is great because she needs the focus boost. But Spider-Weaver, especially at this level, should be a fortifier. Once you get Spider-Weaver into the teal gear, switch her back to a striker. She's got a sweet, sweet basic, and it'll be more effective. But we need more vulnerables on the field for these people to do what they need to do with their basic assist stuff. So let's switch the ISO on Red Hulk before you go any further. I think Red Hulk should probably be a raider in most game modes. Still early days yet, but I think a lot of people agree with me on that one. And then the smaller Weaver as a fortifier. Otherwise, placement's great. Who you're using is absolutely fantastic. If you would have nailed those ISOs, I would have given you the A+ for this team. We're going to go with a solid A for right now because it is still going to be catching a lot of people off guard. Also, note that as per this recording, Red Hulk's is still using his ability multiple times in war, so putting him on defense is the way to go. You will rack up the victories on this one. Team number 3, I don't like so much because Madeleine Pryor is so small. She's ineffectual on this team. If you can build her up, it would be much better, but she is not worth it in my opinion. I don't really like this team at all. You've got great ISOs, great placement. You're using all the right people. We just need more power in Madeleine Pryor. I'll give you an A- for that. Team number 4 is the Uncanny Doom, an oldie but a goodie. Fortifier on Colossus is okay if he's underdeveloped. Once you build Colossus up and start getting those T4s on him, I recommend putting the Skirmisher because he will get counters and he will counterattack and apply the vulnerable. Doesn't matter what you put on Phoenix because she dies and it doesn't carry over to Dark Phoenix. Placement's great. I like Storm as a skirmisher, making sure those stuns land. And then Doom as a striker is fine. Doom can also be a raider if you want more vulnerables for your magic to go into. Magic not being as cool as we had hoped. Always make sure that your magic is bigger than your Phoenix. It plays out better that way because then Phoenix does die, and then the second Phoenix coming in is off of magic and is much better. Pretty good right here. Basically, the only thing that really needs to happen is change Storm to a skirmisher. So A- for the team. Team number 5 is the Black Order. Everything looking okay here. Placement's fine. ISOs are good. Yeah, A for that team. Asgardians. Let's see here. I don't like Thor as a skirmisher at all. I think Thor needs to be a raider 100% of the time. Heimdall as a healer, no go for me either. Let's make him a raider. He's hitting a lot of people with almost all of his attacks. And then Sif as a fortifier is fine. I like her as a fortifier. A lot of people want her as a raider also. I think she's too slow to take advantage of that, and it's better off making her tougher to get through, especially 7 red stars. She is a brick wall right there. The placement is okay. A lot of people like to swap like Thor and Heimdall, freeing up this 3-piece right here on the right side. We don't want them clumped together because before Sif taunts, that gets you lots of opportunities to go in and get all 3 of them. So maybe break that up. But the idea of putting Heimdall next to Sif is that splash damage coming off of Sif goes into Heimdall, and he's the least important of characters in this team. Don't go replacing him, though, because his anti-blind mechanism and his anti-accuracy down mechanism is very critical on this team. So if you do have to replace somebody, it's going to be Sif. Don't bother replacing anybody with Dormammu anymore. We no longer use Dormammu on defense because Red Hulk is here. I like what's going on. I'm going to go B+ on this. Those 2 ISOs definitely need to change. Team number 7 is the Wakandans. I like the placement. I like the ISOs. Power levels are pretty good. You could probably bring up Okoye a little bit just to make sure she's alive. With a weaker Okoye like that, I might think about attacking her first. So you're breaking up the triple hit combos. Killmonger's always a hot target, being he heals himself. Everything looking pretty good here. I'll still give you the A for that team. And we have the Unlimited. We don't like the placement for this team on defense. We like to put Gambit and Dazzler need to swap places, putting Gambit to the outside. He's a hot target. Everybody's going after him. Now, the reason that Varelik has Gambit in the middle is because Gambit will go under stealth and then break up chain attacks. But I think, and Chat agrees with me, that Gambit to the outside is probably a better choice, along with a better choice of ISOs for Firestorm. The Matchstick Man should probably be a striker. He has the piercing damage on his basic, and you get an incredible amount of damage out of him as a striker, and you already have so many people putting vulnerables on this team. A lot of people run Rogue as a striker, but we're thinking that more and more Rogue should continue to be a skirmisher in every game mode, so we like her there. Basically, let's do the Firestorm ISO and a placement swap. I'm going to go B+ on this team. It's a pretty tricky one to go into, and I imagine Cosmic Crucible, it's racking up some wins for you there. Team number 9 is Heroes for Hire. Everything's pretty vanilla here, looking good. I can give you an A for that team. And we have the Young Avengers in slot number 10. I don't know why you are speeding up Miss Marvel. I do like that she's not in the corner, but I kind of would like you to swap places with Miss Marvel and Echo, or Miss Marvel. Well, I'd like Squirrel Girl in there too. Basically, I just don't see the point in giving that extra speed on spawn to Miss Marvel. it's not really what she's there for. I like getting Echo to her first turn and getting those deflects up on the team, or getting Squirrel Girl around to her second turn because she's usually ability blocked, and getting the cleanse going faster if you can. So either of those choices, I just don't like Miss Marvel there. Otherwise, the ISOs are pretty good. I want Kate Bishop to be a skirmisher at this point in time. We need those blinds to stick. I like Squirrel Girl as a healer. Everything else is looking good. So we're going to go A- on that team. Not too detrimental there. All right, if you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you want your defense featured on Defense Up, you can find the links in the description. Send me 3 picks of your defense. I'll get you on the list, get those chopped up, and we can trash talk your ideas. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others, too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.